Next on 49ers Cal High Sports Report presented by U.S. Bank. The league season is here and we have the highlights. We'll show you Bellarmine taking on rival Mitty. Bishop O'Dowd battles San Leandro and Miramonte meets Acalanes.
Girls hoops include Bishop O'Dowd and Mitty, soccer with St. Ignatius and St. Francis, and the story of the Irish soccer player and her battle to get back on the field. 49ers Cal High Sports Report starts right now.
Welcome to 49ers Cal High Sports Report presented by U.S. Bank. I'm Robert Braunstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. We start this week in the West Alameda County Foothill Division, where St. Leandro and Bishop O'Dowd expect to do well again this season. St. Leandro led by seniors Siri Sawyers and Hiki Fo'omale. He also goes by Junior.
Junior, that's how I know him.
Yeah.
But Kiki also.
Yes.
Yes, all right. Bishop O'Dowd is coming off a very tough preseason with games against some of the nation's very best teams. The Dragons and Pirates opening league play on Friday night. The captains meeting before this big league matchup. Bishop O'Dowd off to a fast start. Marcellus Roberson on the break. A nice dish to Monty Bowser, who finishes. The Pirates right back at him in the first. Siri Sawyer with a slick move to the bucket. Siri had a huge game for the Pirates. But Roberson was giant for the Dragons. He gets the steal here, and this is a big-time two-handed rip. The Dragons are up by 6. The Pirates keep it tight early, toss it out to Enrique Aguirre for the top of the key 3, but the Dragons begin to pull away here. Nice inbounds play as Jaron Edwards muscles his way to the hoop. Late in the second off the rebound, Rasan Smith to Siri Sawyer. Hey Siri, can you give me a dunk? But the Dragons take a 15-point lead to the half. Riza Norris rises up and draws the foul. And then toss it out to Austin Ronzone for 3, and it's 39-24, Bishop O'Dowd with the lead at the half. The Pirates were able to cut that lead in the third quarter. Look at Sawyer go way up for the one-handed wrap. A putback slam, oh my. Then Hiki Fo'omale driving and scoring, cutting the lead to 8, but the Dragons weather the storm. Norris again with a nice drive and bucket as Bishop O'Dowd gets the big league opening win. Roberson leading all scorers with 20 points, Norris with 15 for the Dragons.
The Harker Eagles traveling over to Pinewood for their first league matchup of the season. The Panthers start out quick. Keaton Bailey gets the ball beyond the arc and splashes for 3, Pinewood up by 5. 5 minutes to go before halftime, Tyler Riches passes it back to Bailey in his spot and nails the 3 yet again to put the Panthers up 20-9. But Harker isn't going down easily. Arjun Vermani gets it in the corner and drops it in no problem. 26-18 Panthers at halftime. In the third, Jack Connors gives a quick bounce pass over to Vermani, and Arjun lays it in. Eagles bring it within 6 points. Seconds later, Bailey driving into the paint, shows off the skyhook and banks it in. Panthers up by 8 with 6 minutes left in the third period. Eagles off the steal. Connors with a big Euro step and 1. Eagles trail 42-28 with a minute left in the third. Pinewood looking to pull away late in the fourth. Tyler Riches muscling his way to the rim and draws the and 1 for the 3-point play. Panthers up by 7. Eagles looking for a comeback. Connors ready for the quick putback. Eagles come within 5 points with 4 minutes left in the game, but Pinewood ready to put it away. Riches gets it in the corner for 3, rainbowing it in, and that does it. Pinewood takes down Harker 52-41. Bailey with 23 points.
Opening night in the Peninsula League South as the Woodside Wildcats host the Burlingame Panthers. It's a catfight. Burlingame takes an early lead. Senior point guard Samantha Kirshner drives into the paint, giving the Panthers a 3-point lead. Burlingame extending the lead now. Uva Urich is a beast. She forces the turnover, heads to the rack, and finishes for 2. Panthers lead at 15-10 after 1. Woodside fighting back. Noelia Arteaga kicks it out to a wide-open Sydney Fujimoto, who makes it splash from downtown. Wildcats pull within 1. But just before the half, Burlingame extending its lead. Kirshner to Fiona Burns to Malia Montoya in the corner for 3. 27-20 Panthers. Burlingame continues to hit in the third. Ali Gonzalez hits from 3-point land, but the Wildcats grind their way back in it. Natalia Hotovich pulls up and sinks the long ball. Woodside takes a 5-point lead with 3 minutes to play. Burlingame down by 2 with seconds left. Kirshner inbounds it to Michelle Moscovoy, who gives it back to Kirshner for 3, and the Panthers take a 1-point lead on that shot. The ball goes out of bounds with 7 seconds left. The Panthers holding on for the victory. Final score 53-52. And Burlingame opens league play with a win. Kirshner with the game winner for the Panthers.
De La Salle at San Ramon Valley, a big East Bay League soccer matchup. First half, San Ramon Valley's Joseph Kerr gets a penalty kick. He blasts it in. The Wolves are on the board. Good defense holds the score for majority of the game. Spartan Sebastian Ramirez saves the first attempt, and Charlie Hogan helps get the ball out of danger. 8.5 left in the game. The Spartans trying to get something going, but none shall pass. Wolves goalie Brett Lopez was just a wall all night. De La Salle keeps the energy, but Lopez won't have it. 3 minutes left, and Lopez lunges to keep the Spartans scoreless. Final 12 seconds. Owen Callahan breaks away and launches it downfield. It's a race for the ball. Alex Keeley comes up with it, and he gets control and taps it in for the Wolves' second goal of the night, and that one seals it. A big win over De La Salle as San Ramon Valley takes this one 2-0. Thanks to the goals from Kerr and Keeley, the Wolves now 8-1-1 on the season. Each week, we present the Players of the Week in a rap produced by the Hip Hop Department at the Rikers Center.
Here are this week's Players of the Week.
Oh yes, Bay Area. It's Cal High Sports Report. We at the Rikers Center. 2020, check it out. We saw him score half of his team's points made in the game. He's becoming known as one of the best players in the Bay. He is Aiden Mahaney, playing guard for Campo Lindo, averaging 20 points per game with hands so nimble. He had 30 against Modesto Christian, just for starters. 3-6 rebounds with assists from his brother Carter. This young shooter's a big playmaker and just a sophomore already a top scorer coming off the court.
How about this clutch performance from Ray John Spears? Defenders couldn't lock him up. He had no Akon fears, making his mark for the Sacred Heart. Fighting Irish, getting fans cheering hard. Might have caused laryngitis. 34 points, 12 boards, and 3 steals. He was serving inside a fully complete meal and delivered the win, the one that they needed mightily to even the score in the Bruce Mahoney rivalry. Oh yeah, Rikers Center, Cal High Sports. These have been your Players of the Week.
Stanford Healthcare brings us great information on sports-related injuries every week.
Here's the 49ers head team physician, Dr. Tim McAdams, with this week's tip.
The clavicle, known as the collarbone, is frequently fractured in sports. This often happens when one falls onto the side of their shoulder and the force is loaded on the long, thin clavicle, causing it to break. When it comes to healing a broken bone, it's all about blood supply and the surrounding muscle. Bones like the clavicle, which you can feel along the upper chest, have a large percentage of bone that is not covered by thick muscle. This makes a clavicle refracture a known issue if you try to go back to play too soon. It is critical to talk with your doctor and follow up with x-ray examinations to avoid this problem.
Coming up, it's the Diablo Motors CCS Monster Game with the big game in the West Catholic League between Mitty and Bellarmine.
And Mission Valley League Girls Hoops with Mission San Jose and Newark Memorial next.
Dad.
Hello बेटे, कैसी हैं आप?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, so good to see you. It's late. Where are you?
I'm at work.
Oh gosh, so late?
I know, but guess what?
What?
I've saved enough to come visit you.
Oh, that's such a great news.
At US Bank, we believe that hard work works. And for everyone working toward a goal, we're here to help.
The legends of the gridiron meet the legends of the road.
I'm Debo.
Touchdown, Debo Samuel.
And I got my roll on at the #1 Dodge dealer in the world. South County, where they call the fairest place. Come get your roll on just like I did. Drive a little, save a lot. Tell them Debo sent you. South County, drive a little, save a lot. Tell them Debo sent you.
Cal High Sports Report is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Tri-Counties Bank, service with solutions. 12 locations now open in the Bay Area. By DGDG.com, where we want you to be a happy car buyer. and by Diablo Motors. Life's too short to drive a crummy car.
We are back at Levi Stadium with action from the West Catholic League, where Bellarmine and Mitty look very strong this year. The Monarchs coming into this game with a 10-1 record.
The Bells are 11-1 to start the season with a veteran squad, including 8 seniors. It's a huge game, so we made it our Diablo Motors CCS Monster game, and our Chiara Biagini was there.
Monster game, yeah.
The crowd is roaring here at Archbishop Mitty as the defending league champs host the Bellarmine Bells. Mitty, one of the best teams in the state, featuring one of the best point guards. Junior Michael Mitchell has a lethal shot, averaging 16 points a game, along with 6 rebounds and 5 assists. The Bells made it all the way to the CCS finals last year and returned senior point guard Quinn Dinker, averaging 13 points a game. Every game in the tough West Catholic League is an important one. It's Bell at Mitty in our CCS Diablo Motors Monster game.
The Bells get right to work. Josh Wolfbloom to Josiah Ajaki to Ridley Ruth. Ruth drives the baseline and puts the Bells up by 5. The Monarchs respond. Michael Mitchell with incredible hand speed. Mitchell hits for 3. But the Bells come back and extend their lead. Here's Quinn Danker with the fadeaway. And Bellarmine leads 12-9 after 1. Second quarter, Mitchell with the no-look pass to Nigel Burris. Burris with the two-handed rip. 3 minutes left in the first half. Mitchell finds Mason Ryan. Ryan lobs it up, and James Thomas banks it home to give the Monarchs a 2-point lead. Mitty starting to heat up. Ryan kicks it to Marcus Green in the corner. Splash! Monarchs head into the locker room with a 23-19 lead. Third quarter, more Monarchs. Mitchell across court to Jacob Ryan. Nice reverse lay-in by the senior. 4 minutes left in the third. Danker is double-teamed, leaving Ian Elam wide open under the hoop. Bellarmine pulls within 1. Great ball movement here by the Bells. Danker to Ryan Kiachin to Kyle Lewis for 2. Bellarmine takes a 4-point lead, and they're not done yet. Danker with the step back in the corner. Money. Bell takes a 5-point lead, and they don't look back. Danker in transition. Watch the no-look pass to Kiachin. The junior slams it down. The Bellarmine student section loud and proud as the Bells go on to win 68-51. We catch up with Danker after the big win.
Game plan coming in was to trust ourselves. We just came in, did our own game plan. Our coaches are great with the game plan. We know everything about every player, and we just trusted ourselves. We haven't won here the last 2 years, so to bring it home for our team is awesome.
In San Jose with our Monster game, I'm Chiara Biagini, 49ers Cal High Sports Report.
The New York Memorial Cougars are loose and ready to take on Mission San Jose. First quarter, MSJ with possession. Starla Murillo hits Megna Nair at the elbow, and she joins the 3 to put the Warriors on the board. Then it's Murillo doing it all by herself, faking the screen pass and Euro stepping her way to the rack. Mission San Jose goes on to take a 20-3 lead after 1 midway through the second here. Alexandra Sugaton inbounds it to Samantha Armas, who takes a sidestep and drives her way to the hoop, landing the shot and getting the foul. But the Warriors with a dominant offensive game in the first half. Allison Matsubayashi to Nair, and that's her third 3 in this one. 31-14 Warriors at halftime. But the Cougars would outscore the Warriors in the third period. Tali Fai to Riley Sarasua 4-3. She'd finish with a team-high 14 points. Then it's Fai with the board. She goes on the fast break. Jaden Armas, then back to Fai for the lay, and the Cougars close the gap to 10, but the Warriors hold on. Isha Nambisan gets the board and chucks it ahead to Anne-Marie Garcia, who lays it in. Mission San Jose improves to 12-2 on the season with the 21-point game from Megna Nair.
Each week, 49ers Prep, South County Chrysler, and U.S. Bank bring us the Coach of the Week award.
This week's Coach of the Week is Salesian girls basketball coach Steven Pizzola. Coach Pizzola and the Pride are off to a great start again this season and picked up a big win last week, winning the Diamond Division at the West Coast Jamboree. Albany's Construction brings us the dirty work play each week. Doing the dirty work this week is Brock Susko from his backside, tossing it off a defender, then getting it back and throwing it out to Nick DeAugusto, who hits the three. Brock Susko from Los Altos doing the dirty work, just like Albanese Construction.
Coming up to the East Bay League we go for Dublin and Amador Valley.
But first, take a look at our Cupertino Electric girls basketball power rankings.
This is the home of infinite possibilities, where we're setting a new standard of care, where the furthest innovations in medicine connect us back to the simplest forms of healing, where our world-class medical team includes you and those you love most. At Stanford Healthcare, we pride ourselves on providing every kind of care for every kind of patient.
I'm Greg Meyer, owner of Diablo Motors Auto Sales. Our service department employs the best luxury car technicians anywhere. Our honest, hardworking staff can handle all your maintenance and repair needs. We are experts in all luxury car repairs, so you can be confident we'll get the job done right. We handle everything from regular maintenance items like oil changes and brake jobs to bigger jobs like engine and transmission replacement. Why pay more at a dealership when our expert staff will do a top quality job at a fraction of the price? Come see us in San Ramon for all your service needs. Diablo Motors, the nice, honest, non-dealerish car store.
For more than 65 years, Cupertino Electric has been delivering power and possibilities. With offices throughout California and project sites throughout the U.S., Cupertino Electric today builds renewable, commercial, utility, and data center projects for some of the most influential companies in the world. Beyond that, we are a people company. We build family, communities, and meaningful careers. Visit CEI.com today or connect with us on LinkedIn, Facebook, or other social sites to see our openings and join our team.
Learn more about becoming a warrior. Visit us at vcs.net.
We are
Mountain View Spartans, and you're watching the 49ers
Cal Sports Report.
We are back at Levi Stadium with opening night in the East Bay League. Lots of great teams in this league, which looks to be very competitive all season long.
Dublin comes off a 10-2 preseason with some impressive wins over top teams and senior Anthony Roy playing very well. Amador also playing well in the preseason and riding a 5-game winning streak into the game at Dublin this week.
Devon Jackson introduced with his Dublin Gales as they take on Amador Valley. Amador on the board early. Isaac going in the lane, a nice up and under, and the foul. But Dublin right back. Devon Jackson hopping into the lane. He hits, and Devon draws the foul. Dublin off the miss. Quickly up court, Anthony Roy. Alley-oop to Jackson. Oh, my, as Dublin starts to pull away. Anthony Roy is very impressive. A long three here is money, and Dublin leads it 14-7 late in the first quarter. Jackson now back to Roy at the logo. Don't take that shot. Oh, that was a nice shot. He does that all the time. It's a 20-7 lead for Dublin after one. More Gales in the second. Roy cross court to Elijah Alonso, who sinks the three from the corner. Amador looking to get back in it. Nice passing here. John Venzon to Andrew Laxana to Trevor Chang, and back to Venzon, who open underneath for two. But Dublin takes off from there. Toss it out to the coach's son, and Nick Costello nails the three. Here's Jaden Saunders from way out. These Gales are steely-eyed sharpshooters. They hit from everywhere. Then it's showtime as Malik Jackson takes a big step into the lane and slams it home. And now look at my boy Roy as Anthony gets the steal and a big-time tomahawk rip as Dublin opens lead with a very impressive win. Roy leading the way with 20 points for the Gales.
The Burlingame Panthers facing Woodside, both teams looking for its first league victory. And the Panthers have the hot start. Ella Mako with the free kick, and Kerry Wakasa scores off the volley. 1-0 Burlingame in the 30th minute. 7 minutes later, Woodside scores the equalizer. The Bryn McClyman pass leads Anjani Garcia to the net. The defender tries to clear it, but the ball makes its way in, and we are tied at 1. The Panthers looking to score before the half. The corner kick from Isabella Talerico sends the ball in the box. And after a couple of headers, Ava Clapper sends it to the net, but an awesome save from Evangeline Voret to keep it tied at 1 at the halfway point. The Wildcats' Catherine Sheldon on the breakaway. Sheldon has some serious speed, leaving 2 defenders in her wake, but her shot on goal is saved from Panther keeper Sophia Young. Sophia with 8 saves on the day, but Woodside would score in the 74th minute with a goal from Caitlin Ryan to take home the win. Each week, U.S. Bank brings us stories of inspirational athletes who amaze us.
Holly Williams joins us now with the story of a persevering Fighting Irish soccer player.
Robert, for Hannah O'Connell, the last couple years have thrown one curveball after another, but in spite of each obstacle, her optimism is as bright as ever.
Watching Hannah O'Connell run on the soccer field, you'd never guess health issues have almost sidelined her over the years. But the senior center back at Sacred Heart Cathedral has overcome ailments time and time again. In 8th grade, Hannah fell while carrying her dog down the stairs.
I had to take the fall backwards because, you know, precious cargo.
She shook it off, but later in a soccer game, she took a hit she couldn't ignore. After multiple incorrect diagnoses and treatments for months, a CT scan finally showed the problem.
They discovered that I had a bilateral pars stress fracture on the L5 vertebrae in my back. So the physical therapy that I had been doing for 4 months was worsening my condition. And in those 4 months, my back had healed and the bones didn't fuse back together. So I was left with a permanently disjointed L5 vertebrae.
Doctors said her soccer career was over. Her grandfather suggested a holistic approach.
She was a little afraid because of the fracture. But in my way to look at is the soft tissue problem. It's the muscle around the bone maybe get very tight and block the energy flow.
With Dr. Lee saying that there is a chance I could play soccer again, that's when I kind of started buckling down and got a lot more serious about my road to recovery.
A corrective back brace, acupuncture, cupping, and a new physical therapy regimen allowed Hannah to play for the freshman soccer team. The next 2 years, she won CCS titles with varsity.
Like for the first time in a long time, I felt like secure in my back and how I was doing.
But a simple snow trip led to more misdiagnoses and a trip to the emergency room.
She's getting sicker and sicker, and I can just see the weight falling off her, and I was terrified.
It turned out that I had an infectious disease called C. diff that I must have picked up when I was skiing because it hits within 24 hours of coming in contact with it.
Hannah was released from the hospital after 4 nights, but the C. diff suggested further immune problems. She went through an endoscopy where the doctors found a serrated polyp that needed to be removed from her intestines. On top of the physical struggles, Hannah also worked through major depressive disorder.
After going through being diagnosed with depression, I realized how vital communication is and just being vulnerable with people.
Hannah never gave up and was finally able to get back into recovery mode after losing so much weight and muscle. She increased her workload to get ready to compete in her senior year.
When I was talking to Coach Poise, I was basically like, let's do this. All I have to do is put on a good 20 pounds and get my muscle back. So we did that together.
And you could see her really, despite all that she was going through early in this offseason, knew from day one that she was going to be a major leader in this program.
When you want to talk about a player who's going to do absolutely everything, put her body on the line, she's definitely the player who's going to do that every single time.
And in her final year with the Fightin' Irish, she has an optimistic look on everything she has overcome.
It's almost like everything happens for a reason, because if I were to never have had C. diff, I would have never been scoped. They would have never found the polyp. Who knows, maybe 10 years from now it could have turned into something a lot more serious.
With the strength of family, teammates, friends, and herself, Hannah's ready to take on anything that will come her way.
Hannah is strong and healthy, but will continue to return to the hospital for a checkup every 2 years. And fittingly, she plans to major in biology to be able to work in the health field and help others in the future.
Good for her, and she's healthy now, and that is a big deal after everything that she went through.
And to be able to finish her year as a senior so strong is a great way to end her high school career.
Yeah, very meaningful. All right, Invisalign brings us the Bright Smile Award, honoring the people who support the teams we cover in all sorts of ways.
This week we honor Mark Peterson from Las Lomas High School. also, Mark is the PA announcer for both the Knights football and basketball teams, now in his 16th year announcing high school sports, and always with a smile. Mark Peterson is this week's Invisalign Bright Smile Award.
Coming up, our South County Chrysler Game of the Week as two of the Bay Area's best girls teams meet. It's Bishop O'Dowd and Mitty next.
And more from the East Bay League as Doherty Valley takes on Granada as 49ers Cal High Sports Report continues.
Same squad. Drop top, coupe, dodge, raindrops. Big back plays on FaceTime. Squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. I came up, who I was down with. You change up, stay far from around me. I came up, who I was down with. You change up, stay far from around me. Same squad. Drop top, coupe, dodge, raindrops. Squad ain't with me, then it ain't right.
Why choose Invisalign over other aligners?
Are they comfortable and safe to wear?
I asked our doctor for a better alternative to braces, and he said,
only Invisalign aligners are made with SmartTrack technology. Based on years of research, it moves teeth more comfortably and predictably than ordinary aligners. And in many cases, it works faster than braces. So I can develop a custom treatment plan that'll work for each of these smiles. That's why Invisalign aligners have transformed millions of smiles.
Invisalign, transforming smiles, changing lives.
Devcon Construction is #1 in the Bay Area and Silicon Valley because of trust. 95% of our business comes from repeat customers. They know the customer is our top priority. That's why Devcon was the choice for the 49ers Stadium and for the Earthquake Stadium. Devcon was also chosen when outstanding schools like Bellarmine, the Nueva School, and Mitty wanted the very best on time and on budget. Top Bay Area companies know Devcon is the best choice whether it's new construction or renovation. Devcon Construction, helping to build the best in Silicon Valley.
Tri-Counties Bank presents a unique brand of service with solutions, a welcoming and listening style of banking with solutions that help improve your financial well-being. With easy access to over 32,000 surcharge-free ATMs, advanced mobile banking, banker support by phone 7 days a week, and an extensive community-based branch network, you're never far from a friendly face. It's easy to switch to better banking. Tri-Counties Bank, service with solutions.
49ers Cal High Sports Report is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By South County Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Hyundai. Drive a little, save a lot. By the Rikes Center, where goals and dreams become a reality. And by Stanford Healthcare.
Back at Levi Stadium for a big game with one of the top girls teams from the NCS taking on one of the very best from the CCS.
Yeah, both Bishop O'Dowd and Mitty will compete for section titles again this season, so this is a very dynamic matchup. It's our South County Chrysler Game of the Week. Aubrey was there.
And here it is, the Game of the Week, Mitty facing Bishop O'Dowd. First quarter, Olivia Williams fakes the pass and pivots her way to the basket. Mitty up early in this one. The Monarch defense allowing just 2 Dragon baskets in the first period. That's Sydney Borland with some nice D and defense turning into offense as Katie Springs finishes with the layup. 14-4 Mitty after 1, but O'Dowd making some key adjustments. Amaya Bonner, Kennedy Johnson, Skylar McLaughlin for the lay-in. O'Dowd moving the ball around nicely. Jasmine Taylor to McLaughlin to Bonner. Now we have a 4-point game. The Dragons putting 20 points on the board in the second. That's Kennedy Johnson finishing at the rack. But Mitty holds on to the lead at halftime as Annika Chintakunta gets the contested lay-in to land. It's 26-24 Mitty at halftime. Bonner in the third period maneuvering her way through the Mitty D with an impressive off-balance shot. But Mitty tightens up a 6-point Monarch lead here. Borland bullies her way to the rack, and it's 39-31 as we head into the fourth quarter. The playmaker of the fourth, Ashley Hiraki, laying it in and drawing the foul. And then it's Hiraki showing off her range. 2 threes in the fourth quarter for Ashley as Mitty drops 25 points in the final quarter of this one as the Monarchs take home the 64-44 win. And here they are, the winners of the Game of the Week, the Mitty Monarchs. Ashley Hiraki had a great offensive and defensive showing tonight. This is our MVP. And you get a t-shirt. Oh, that was a great team you guys just faced. What was required of this team to pull off this win?
We definitely worked really hard this week, and in preparation for this game, we studied real hard, and we each took to accountability to each other and ourselves, and we each challenged each other, and I definitely think that's what helped us win this game. And O'Dowd is a great team and great competition. I'm so excited that we got to play them.
And this is Ashley's 18th birthday.
Thank you.
Great way to spend your birthday.
Yeah, definitely.
Pulling off a win. All right, and we're going to talk to Sydney Borland next. Now, Midi Monarchs comes with Coach Sue Phillips, right? How does Coach Sue put you in position to just win ball games?
Well, she does a really good job of giving us a scouting report and knowing our matchups, and just for everyone, she knows that what we can do, and so she makes sure that we do that, and then our matchups are someone that we can guard and we can succeed in the position we're put in.
Awesome, and that's exactly what happened tonight, right? It all played out. And lastly, we're going to talk to Amelia Sharp. Now, this program has continued success, okay, but what makes this team different than other teams that played before it?
I think, especially tribute to Coach Phillips, but she teaches us each to play our roles, and we play those really well, I think, especially tonight. Some stepping into leadership roles, others it really varies, but making sure you play your role and when the time is right.
Awesome. All right, you guys entered UpCal. Good luck with that. All right, these are the Midi Monarchs. Girls, take us out.
The Granada fans showing up big as the Mats host Doherty Valley in an East Bay League matchup. The Doherty Valley Wildcats on top early. Donovan Sevilla draining the straight on three. But Granada right there with them. Ryan Barney passes it down low to Landon Wiedenfeld, and the junior sinks the hard-earned basket. The Wildcats extending their lead. Robbie Beasley inbounds to his little brother Ryan for two. DV leads 13-9. Second quarter now, Granada keeping pace. Eric House kicks it out to a wide-open Wiedenfeld for three. The Mats pull to within two. But Robbie Beasley returns the favor with a three of his own. Robbie is really good, showing why he is going to University of Montana next year. Less than a minute to go in the first half. Kevin Gadd makes the steal and lays it in to give Granada a 1-point lead at the half. Granada hits the gas in the third and takes a 10-point lead. Hauls to Jaden Johnson for two. But the Wildcats take back the lead at the start of the fourth as Aiden Sevilla heads to the rack. The shot goes and one. It's a three-point play. Doherty Valley doesn't look back. Robbie Beasley one more time for three as the Wildcats open league play with a 75-68 win over Granada, handing the Matadors their first loss of the season. The Beasley brothers combining for 41. Lexus of Stevens Creek presents the Volunteer Award, part of the Lexus of Stevens Creek commitment to promoting volunteerism.
This week's Lexus of Stevens Creek Volunteer Award goes to Andy Franco from Branham High School. For the past 2 years, Andy has volunteered at Second Harvest Food Bank, where she organizes and distributes food to those in need. Franco says she sees herself continuing to work at Second Harvest because of the direct impact the food bank has on her community.
We're all, we live in one area, we're all a community, and I think it's very important to get to know your community and help each other out, because we all deserve the same opportunity, and some people might not be fortunate enough or have the same opportunities that I might have. So I want to give as much as I can and help out in as many ways possible.
Coming up, De Anza Division basketball with Los Gatos and Palo Alto.
And the Live Oak girls take the hardwood against Independence next. Back at Levi Stadium and a trip to the De Anza Division, where Palo Alto has an opening night win to put the Vikings at 1-0 going into their Wednesday night game against rival Los Gatos.
This game is the league opener for Los Gatos, both teams looking to vie for a league title this season. The Pali student section ready for its team to take on Los Gatos in league play. Early, it was the Raj Rao show, driving inside, nice moves around the rim. He scores the first 4 points of the game. Now it's Martin Segura trying to pass, finally finds Matt Marzano bearing a wide open look, 6-5 Vikings at the end of the first. Later in the second, Connor Lusk driving, puts it up and in, 13-9 Vikings at the break. Wildcats coming out strong in the third. Corey Brown weighing his options, kicks it out to Ani Rao, and that's good for 3, 19-18 Vikings. That's just good defense right there. Marzano steps in front of the pass, gliding down the court. Easy bucket for the big man. And then in the fourth, it was the Andrew Lee show, takes the pass from Lusk. and open in the corner. No one around him, and he can count it. Lee starting to heat up, and he isn't done yet. Here he is again with the feed from Marzano, this time from free throw distance. Too easy, 30 to 20 Vikes, and to close it out, who else but Lee, showing off the entire skill set. Great handling, driving towards the basket. Vikings win 29-39 to improve to 2-0 in league play.
The Captains getting acquainted as the independent 76ers host the Live Oak Acorns in a non-league matchup. Acorns jump on top early. Alexandra Jaramillo bounces it to Adrian Gomez, who finishes. Acorns up 7-2. Another beautiful pass by Reagan Kirk here. Kirk dumps it off to Alea Rafat, and the Acorns extend their lead. But here come the 76ers, and Rhea Galindo gets the offensive board and hits Abby Fernandez beyond the arc, and the senior ties the game 19-all. Here's Galindo deflecting the pass. Alexis Rodriguez takes it down court, then passes to Galindo. Galindo hits Fernandez for two. Great ball movement there by the independent 76ers. Live Oak stays within reach, though. Ira Gomez sneaks a pass through defenders, and Christiana Kingman finishes in the paint. Live Oak pulls to within 4. Fourth quarter now, Acorns down by 2. Adrienne Gomez passes it to Kirk, who ties the game at 51-all with less than a minute to play. 10 seconds left. Live Oak with the ball. Alexandria Jaramillo gets the board, puts it back, and the shot is good as time expires, and the Live Oak Acorns pull off the victory, 53-51. The Acorn advance to 11-1 on the season in a thrilling 2-point victory for Live Oak.
The Acalanes Dons getting fired up to take on the undefeated El Cerrito Gauchos. The Dons come out ready to go. Tatum Zuber flying in for the steal and tapping her home. That's a freshman. Dons up 1-0 late in the first half. 36-minute mark. Acalanes pushing. Addie Bailey sends a great pass to Eliza Berry. Eliza with a great shot, but Christina Martinez is there for the clutch save. Fresh out the half. Here's Zuber gathering the loose ball in the box. Takes a shot from a tough angle just inside the far post. What a shot by Tatum. Acalanes up 2-0. 50th minute. Dylan Hagland. A nice pass into the box for Miley Broad. Miley with a spectacular volley. Great shot by Broad. And that closes it out. Acalanes defeats El Cerrito 3-0 with 2 goals from Zuber. The San Jose Earthquakes and Valley Health Plan present the Soccer Players of the Week. This week's Boys Soccer Player of the Week is Eduardo Navarro from Freedom High School. Eduardo with an impressive 2 goals in the game for the Falcons.
The Girls Soccer Player of the Week is Kelly Keedy from Los Gatos. Kelly with 2 goals and an assist for the Cats in a win last week. Wellstrong has teamed up with the 49ers with physical therapy and sports rehabilitation centers throughout the Bay Area.
Each week, Wellstrong brings us concussion prevention tips from their team of outstanding doctors. Here's Dr. Anthony Saglambeni with this week's tip.
Preventing a concussion is difficult, but there are some common sense steps you can take. Wear the helmet certified for your sport that fits properly. Never use your head as the focal point of contact. Don't tackle head first. Although not proven, strengthening your neck muscles and using a mouth guard can be helpful. Be safe and use common sense.
Coming up, our Diablo Motors NCS Monster Game as Acalanes hosts Miramonte.
And the Prospect Panthers take on Andrew Hill as 49ers Cal High Sports Report continues.
Since 1974, there's been just one goal. One thing we work for. The pursuit binds us together and pushes us forward. One family with one mission. To win for this city. Vamos, San Jose.
Did you know I grew up here? I used to come here every Saturday as a kid.
Do you still have family here?
A lot of cousins. It's nice to be back. This is it, the company's new home.
We'll finally have the space we need to keep expanding.
All the hard work is definitely paying off. Congratulations.
Thank you. At U.S. Bank, we believe hard work works. And that's why we work hard, together, to help your business realize its full potential.
The legends of the gridiron meet the legends of the road.
I'm Debo.
Touchdown, Debo Samuel.
And I got my roll on at the #1 Dodge dealer in the world. South County, where they call the fairest place. Come get your roll on just like I did. Drive a little, save a lot. Tell them Debo sent you. South County, drive a little, save a lot. Tell them Debo sent you.
When I first came here, my goal was to be a contributing player on my high school's JV football team. The center actually not only helped me achieve my goals, but exceed even what I initially set out to do. I was able to continue playing football professionally through a lot of the things that I learned at the Rega Center. The Rega Center is a place to help you achieve your goals and then, tailor it to whatever the person's goals might be.
We're back at the NBC Sports Studio with opening night in the Diablo Foothill League. The league was dominated by Campolindo last season, but lots of other teams looking good in the league this season, including Miramonte and Acalanes.
Acalanes starting off the season at 12-1 after winning just 9 games all of last season. The Dons opening league play against Miramonte in a thriller. It's our Diablo Motors NCS Monster game, and our Wesley Boone was there.
We're in for a good one tonight. It's Miramonte taking on Acalanes. Now, the visiting Matadors are led by Matt Meredith. The senior's averaging 17 points per game, 9 rebounds to go with it. He also dominates on the football field as well. Now, for the Dons, it's Scott Ruig. The junior averages 17 points per game as well, pairing that with 5 rebounds and 4 assists. It's Miramonte taking on Acalanes in our Diablo Motors Monster game. Acalanes preparing for battle against Miramonte. Early, though, it's the Matadors. Ryan Schwartz driving inside, passes to Chris Watson, who finds Michael Yurts behind the arc. Count it. First 3 points of the game. On the other end, it's Scott Ruig putting the defender in a blender. Nasty. Ruig sinks it, and he isn't done. Ruig, he's got a nasty jumper. It was on display all night. Pulls up from mid-range. Dons up 21-12, closing the gap before the break, though. Nihi Olabode driving inside, gets it to fall, and one. Dons up 30-26 at the break. Matadors coming out hot in the second half. Nick Watson and Matt Meredith puts it in right over the defender. More Matadors. Shot goes up, doesn't fall. Nick Watson, though, there to clean up the mess. Bounces off both sides of the rim. Just like that, Miramonte up 36-35 for the Dons. Shot clock expiring. Shot blocked, but Joey Carrillo, puts it in before the buzzer. Nick Watson taking matters into his own hands. Backs down the defender. Amazing touch in the floater. 6 points for him in the fourth. Time expiring when Scott Ruig steps in front of the pass, goes coast to coast, and one. This game is tied at 47. Dons up 50-49 as the Matadors need this shot to fall with only a second remaining to tie. Olabode sinks it. To overtime we go, and overtime Matadors take over. Huge 3 from James Fry puts the Mats up 57-54, and then Matt Meredith putting this game out of reach with this free throw. Matadors go on to win 64-54. Nick Watson came up big in the fourth. Here he is after the game.
We've been on a little skid as of late, and so I knew we had to bring the intensity, so I'm telling the guys we got to get it going. We came out hard, we came out ready to go, and that's what happened.
In Lafayette with your monster game, Wesley Boone, 49ers Cal High Sports Report.
Josue Chaparro introduced with his Prospect Panthers as they meet Andrew Hill. Andrew Hill hot early. Nate Jim is an outstanding player for the Falcons. Nate hits here for 3 to give Hill the early lead. But this game is tight throughout. Eden Sasson, a 3 of his own. He's sassy, and the Hill lead is just 1 point. More Prospect now as Nate Lewitt drives with the left hand, scores with the right hand layup and the foul. But here's Jim again using the screen and nailing the second of his 4 3-pointers in the game. Nice ball movement here by the Panthers to find a wide open Alice Curatori. He's got 3 written all over him as the Panthers take a 2-point second quarter lead. But the Falcons retake the lead. Don Taylor, nice head fake, driving into the lane and scoring. It's 23-19 Andrew Hill. Third quarter now as Prospect begins to take over. Whip it around to Lewitt in the corner. Splash. That's 3 points. More Prospect as Lewitt weaves his way into the lane, then a wraparound pass to Sasson, who lays it in, and one. 48-47 Panthers in the fourth. All Prospect from there. Loose ball, and look at Curatori over his head to Lewitt, who lays it in, and Prospect gets the league opening win. Lewitt with 21 points to lead the victorious Prospect Panthers. North Bay Sports coverage is brought to you by South County Chrysler of Marin. A chilly Wednesday afternoon at St. Francis as the Lancers host St. Ignatius. A scoreless first half with the Lancers attacking. Joseph Klug ahead to Blake Winchkowski, but the SI keeper Jack Shelley there just in time. Second half still no score. The Cats' Lucas Ornstill with the corner kick deflected by Bell's keeper Thomas Moore-Rios, which takes the header away. Still scoreless as SI has a chance in the second half. Ornstill turns and fires, but Moore-Rios makes the play. 58th minute, James Garlick with the corner kick, chipped perfectly into the box, and there to head it home is Abraham Ramirez. The Lancers take a 1-0 lead. 74th minute, the Lancers clear this one way upfield. Running under it is Rory Folan, who traps it. Then a left foot strike just inside the near post, and the Lancers take a 2-0 lead. Rory was fine as St. Francis goes to 5-1 overall, 1-0 to start West Catholic League play.
Each week, the Harker School celebrates its pursuit of academic excellence with the Scholar Athlete Award. This week, we honor Brock Susko from Los Altos. We saw him on the court, but he's also a star in the classroom with a 3.8 GPA.
Multi-talented. Brought to you by the Harker School. This week, Harker congratulates junior Natalie Vo and freshman Claire Chen representing the Eagles at the State Girls Golf Finals at Poppy Hills in November. Vo finished 46th and Chen finished in a tie for 7th. Great job, ladies. At Harker, preschool through 12th grade students discover their passions. Learn more at harker.org.
You can buy entire game videos from all of the games featured on the show tonight. Go to 49erscalhighsports.com to order.
And be sure to follow us on social media at 49ers Cal High on Twitter and Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and view all of the highlights and features after we air on Sunday nights. Coming up, back to the West Alameda County Foothill League for Piedmont and Mount Eden.
But first, here's our Cupertino Electric Top 10 Power Rankings for boys basketball.
'49ers Cal High Sports Report is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Cupertino Electric, the company delivering power and possibilities and celebrating student athletes making a positive impact. By Invisalign, winning smiles start here. Learn more at Invisalign.com. And by the Serino Group, here for good.
Hi, I'm Lucy Wiedemeyer, longtime broker with Serino Group. And my husband, Charlie Wiedemeyer, and I are longtime supporters of high school sports.
Hi, I'm Kathleen Pazine with Serino Group Real Estate, representing Palo Alto and the surrounding communities. I'm proud to support Bay Area high school sports on the 49er Cal High Sports Report.
The Piedmont Highlanders had a great preseason with an 11-1 record with junior Luke Harris leading the team, averaging 19 points a game.
And the Highlanders traveling to Mount Eden this week. The Monarchs played a tough preseason schedule and are battle-tested and ready for league play. The Monarchs hosting the Highlanders this week.
It's Piedmont hosting Mount Eden to open up league play in the WAC Foothill Division. Mount Eden comes out ready. Bryce Wells off the spin, nice little jumper, swoosh, and on the other end, JoJo Murphy bounce pass to Luke Harris through 2 defenders and the foul. This kid is tough. More Bryce Wells misses the jumper, loose ball, but Wells never gives up. 6 with it, puts it in, 26-13 Highlanders in the second. The second just happens to be when Luke Barrett gets hot. Look at the spin, the touch, beautiful. And Barrett isn't finished. Next possession, pull-up 3 for Barrett. He drains it. Highlanders close out the half up 36-22. Barrett carrying it over in the second half. Step back, count it. 4 made threes for Barrett in this one. Mount Eden trying to work down low now. Barrett scoops up the loose ball, drives down the floor, hits Harris, who sinks the shot. It's 43-22 in the third period. To start off the fourth, Sean Ikwatu. You're not going to want to push him around, bowling his way to the rim for the tough points with the floater. But the Highlanders just too much. Murphy, cross-court pass to Paul Davies, who drives to the rim. Great touch there. And to close things out is David Kisu. No one around him makes the Monarchs pay. Piedmont wins it 81-47 to improve to 12-1 on the season. Barrett with 23 points. Harris right behind him with 16.
The Mountain View boys soccer team is looking good again this season.
The boys meeting up with our Shanberries at the Rikus Center this week to chat about it.
We're at the Rikus Center in Menlo Park, the premier training facility on the peninsula where goals are achieved. Hey, it's Shan, and we're here with the guys of the Mountain View boys soccer team! Yeah! You guys just kicked off a league. You had your first game last week. What are your predictions for this upcoming season? Where do you see your team going?
I think for sure top 3. We're planning on making CCS, and I think we can aim for first in league. I think we've been good at scoring goals and also keeping it tight at the back line and not conceding that many goals.
Awesome. And I know that you're a 4-year varsity player. You must be amazing, but it must also be bittersweet, right? You're not going to be part of the team next year. What's kind of going through your mind after leaving your teammates?
I mean, obviously, I'm pretty bummed. A lot of these guys I've known for all 4 years, even playing like outside of school on club, like Max as well. So yeah, it means a lot. I'll definitely visit, stop by.
We always say that, and we always do. So I like to end with traditions. Give us some of your team traditions.
Okay, so as Ian mentioned, we have a team mascot who's a goldfish called Carrot Top. And then also, every time we win a game, we get brownies from Mrs. McGurk, who has baked over 7,000 brownies now, which is incredible. And yeah.
Well, congratulations, guys, and good luck with league this year. I'm Shan. Give it up for the boys of the Mountain View soccer team.
Balls on me, balls on me. 1, 2, 3, balls on me.
DGDG.com presents the Be Happy Play each week. This was a play in a game this week that made everybody happy. This week's Be Happy Play goes to
the San Ramon Valley Wolves, Alex Keeley with the goal, and watch this Wolves team celebrate. They win it 2-0 over De La Salle, a top-ranked team in the section, and they were happy about that. Go to DGDG.com to find out how you can be a happy car buyer.
Coming up, it's the Service by Medallion Play of the Week. Some great plays this week. We'll see who gets it next.
But first, here's this week's training tip by our good friends at the Rega Center.
Hi, I'm Coach Jack, and today's training tip is box walkovers. Lauren here is going to get into a plank on her hands. She's going to walk her hands across a 3-inch box, one hand at a time, and then she's going to come across. While she is doing this, she is keeping her core tight and keeping her hips as square with the ground as possible. And that is box walkovers.
The winner of the Service by Medallion Play of the Week gets a Medallion swag pack complete with a hat, a backpack, a very cool pair of headphones. Last but not least, a ticket to the end of the season awards banquet right here at Levi's Stadium.
Our Wesley Boone counts down the contenders, and then he'll announce this week's Play of the Week.
Play of the Week.
It's the Plays of the Week. We start off on the soccer pitch. I dare ya to try and get one past Evangeline Verret from Woodside. She stops the heater. To the court now we go. Dublin's Anthony Roy. This is why you never give up on the play. Nice defense, caps off the steal with the slam. Good stuff for Mr. Roy. Speaking of steals and slams, not to be outdone is Marcellus Roberson. Gliding down the court, punishes the rim. More from that game later. Now it's Quinn Danker. Impressive no-look pass to Ryan Kiachin. He slams it home. It's Miley Broad now. What a goal. Right over the goalkeeper. Impressive strike from Broad. Who doesn't love a good alley-oop? Anthony Roy to Devon Jackson. He climbs the ladder and slams it home. Then our Play of the Week, Siri Sawyers. This is just plain disrespectful. Cleaning up the mess with passion. Siri, put it on a poster. You just won Play of the Week.
That's the Play of the Week, and that's our 49ers Cal High Sports Report for this week. Thanks for watching. I'm Robert Braunstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. Join us next week. We'll share the story of two sisters supporting one another both on and off the court. See you then.